Take-Two and Rockstar Games have news for players. Today on the show, we will be breaking down the most recent Q3 2023 earnings conference call for Rockstar Games' parent company that happened at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today in the US as well. So we'll be discussing some of the insights that they shared to investors and shareholders in their call today in regards to Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, and more. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed today's video at any point, or if you just find it insightful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. We are back once again. I like to do this every financial quarter for Take-Two, which is just about every couple months here, and it's just good to check up on the sale figures for Red Dead Redemption 2. We get to talk about it in this video, and so that's the first thing I'm going to be talking about and discussing with you guys here is the RDR2 sales figures and also some of the record-breaking player counts, which is just something that we can observe on the Steam database, and because that is a direct way that we can see some of the analytics for part of the PC player base for Red Dead. So Take-Two reports that the Red Dead franchise has sold over 70 million units worldwide to date. This includes Red Dead Redemption from 2010 and of course, Red Dead Redemption 2, which on its own has sold over 50 million units to date. So it's crossed that 50 million unit threshold, which is absolutely amazing. That means that over 4 million copies were sold during the last quarter alone. When we discussed that last quarter, it actually sold up to 46 million units to date. So we are well on the way. This game is breaking record player counts as well as sales recently. A lot of it, at least on the PC side of things and probably console as well, is owed to the 67% discount that Red Dead Redemption 2 has been on basically since around Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So almost from November, 2.5 months this game has been on sale, and that is why you're seeing a lot more players playing the online, a lot more players playing the single player. Both we can observe on SteamDB, and of course if Microsoft or Sony would release their own analytics, we'd be able to see their data of player counts as well. But so far Red Dead is doing amazing, and Red Dead Redemption 2 has been the second best-selling title in the US over the past 5 years, just based on dollar sales alone. A personal note from Charles Zelnick, CEO of Take-Two Interactive, he said that Red Dead Redemption 2 outpaced his expectations during the last quarter. That's also good news, and so that kind of leads to one of the biggest takeaways here, because a lot of people are probably wondering, well, the game's doing well, that means we're going to be getting a lot of big DLC expansions, right? And honestly, I do not think so. Red Dead is doing extremely well, both as a franchise and then also as an online product with Red Dead Online, but I don't think that means that we're going to be getting these big DLC expansions over the next, 6 months to a year. We have no news on it yet, so I can't confirm outright, right? I'm not a developer, I'm not a publisher, all that. That could change, but that type of news is going to come from Rockstar, and so if we do have any news on that, I will be reporting on that. But and like I said, so if it is happening, look for it from them, but I don't think it would be. If this game is doing this well with no major updates in over a year and a half since Blood Money in July of 2021, and Rockstar Games and Take-Two basically said that they were not going to be doing big DLCs for this game for the time being, why would they retract what they're doing? Financially, the game is doing exceptionally well, despite how all of us longtime players feel. The reality is lots of new players are joining the community in droves, and they are the ones that are primarily driving these new record sales right now, as well as responsible for a lot of people playing the game, because you could just see that anecdotally on your end. Join any Red Dead Online lobby, you're going to see a lot of low-level players. These are new players who are joining the game, and maybe some longtime players or people who played a long time ago who are just getting back into it now and trying it out with all the recent buzz in the media. But at the time being, Rockstar let us know their plan that they are not going to be doing any major expansions with this game for the time being. They haven't given us any news on if they're going back on their word on that or if their plans are changing and things like that. And so with their last news about how that is happening and the game is doing better than ever, why would they go back? They have absolutely almost no initial investment right now to be making, and the game is doing better than ever before. So that's my 2 cents. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. One of the other things I wanted to discuss real fast is we still have, and we're still waiting on that security patch for Red Dead Online. GTA Online as well as GTA 5 just got theirs recently, which should hopefully fix a lot of the issues with PC modders and cheaters messing with players in both invite-only sessions, solo sessions, public sessions. As you guys know, Red Dead Online as well as GTA Online on PC and the PC platform in general is a modding mess. It is an absolute disaster. You're constantly getting messed with. If you're a normal player, you're going to run into these cheaters all the time, and most likely they aren't going to follow you session to session to crash your game. But if you're making any sort of content on the game, that's exactly what you can expect because you have a big target painted on your back. But either way, we shouldn't need to deal with these people on the PC platform in general. And so Rockstar introduced a security patch and a title update to GTA Online to route a lot of the player data, like IP addresses, names, and things like this through their own servers, so that PC modders and cheaters with their mod menus, they can't actually spoof your name, they can't spoof your IP, they can't spoof your Rockstar ID, they can only spoof their name locally on their own system for whatever purpose that is. But as it stands right now, a lot of that stuff is now going through Rockstar servers, which means for the time being, I don't think it is possible to do any sort of spoofing with these mod menus. You're still going to run into cheaters on these games because they can still spawn basically anything. They can still kick you out and desync kick you out of a session, basically to where you get disconnected from a whole bunch of other players in your lobby. But I don't think that they can outright crash your game either right now unless you're in a public session. They certainly can't do it remotely, and that was one of the issues over the past month and a half or so, where there were now these features with these mod menus where they could delete your player level, they could add or subtract money from your account, most likely going to subtract and wipe your money. They can corrupt your profile data, basically making you false banned so you can't actually play until you reset your profile data locally by deleting this little profile file in your PC in the install folder from the game. And so we're waiting for this from Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Red Dead Online is a little bit better off with security. A lot of the same stuff is still possible, but with the way that GTA Online's netcoding and network structure is, it was allowing for a lot of this other stuff, whereas with Red Dead Online, a lot of it is still possible, but I haven't seen or heard much of things where a lot of people can like spoof player IDs, spoof names and things like that. It is possible, but a lot of these mod menus, I haven't heard of these things being that big of a deal. And then of course the remote crashing issues, that's something I don't think is possible for Red Dead Online. Not saying it will become possible in the future. That's why a title update is needed for the game to patch those things. TezFun2, infamous Rockstar Games insider and enthusiast here, he did say that we are going to be getting a patch for this upcoming, because you can also observe those changes on Steam database, and so that's something to think about here as well. That patch will be coming out, probably going to be very similar to the one that GTA Online got. Maybe some bug fixes for console as well, because we have the stable bugs, we have the naturalist bugs and glitches, we have the hunting wagon bugs and glitches, as well as all these security issues that Rockstar needs to also patch up for Red Dead Online to make sure that game is secure. These are all things that both console needs with the bug fixes and PC needs with the security updates, and so we should see that very, very soon as well. I thought it would come out with the monthly event, but that appears to not be the case. And then one final thing I wanted to mention for this video, for anyone who follows my GTA Online content and you want to hear about the GTA 5 sales figures, well, Grand Theft Auto as a franchise has sold over 395 million units to date now, very close to eclipsing the 400 million mark, and over 175 million copies of GTA 5 have been sold to date. That's up a few million over the past quarter as well. So with all that said, I think we're going to be wrapping things up right here, and that's all we have time for today. We discussed both Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, GTA 5, and GTA Online sales figures. We talked about the new upcoming security patch for Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2, as well as also how GTA 5 got theirs, and how both those games are tightly intermingled and intermixed, and so we need to see both games get these types of security patch and title updates. So with all that said, hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.